Hey guys, welcome back. This is going to be game 2 of LGD.int versus IG. Game 1, very one-sided. IG ended up taking it, so that gives them 1 point towards the group stage. Can LGD bounce back? We'll see.
Invictus Gaming right now sitting at 5-2. No,
Aren't
3-2.
Oh yeah,
they play
that's right.
6
Yep,
games
they
total.
were 2-2 before,
Right,
so they're
so
sitting at 3-2.
Yeah, same storyline for Invictus Gaming as Navi. If they finish to say 4-2, it's decent. You know, you expect them to be 6-0. Speaking of 6-0, there is one team that's 6-0.
It's Alliance, guys.
It's Alliance.
USA.
It's what it was in Tong Fu.
Nobody else has won every game. I think they have the best shot of all the teams. I think they can make it through group stage.
Well, Alliance have a tough road tomorrow as well. They're playing, I think, Tong Fu, which apparently if Tong Fu loses to LGD...
You mean Liquid 2-0.
Yeah, Liquid 2-0 them with Ursa. But, you know, we'll save that for another day.
Ursa's a legit hero.
Ursa is legit.
Like, Lifestealer mid, dude, drop an Ursa against him, Lifestealer loses the game.
How often do we see Lifestealer mid, despite just having a Lifestealer mid?
Lifestealer DK, either of those heroes get wrecked by Ursa mid. I played DK versus him once. Fierce Wipes last 15 seconds, guys. Like, he overpowers you, and you have to just stand outside. It's like Batrider, but 15 seconds instead of like 5. It's really crappy. So, maybe that'll be there.
Mid?
Anything?
OD?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
And you know what OD beats mid? I don't think Lifestealer is going to have a good time against him. That's generally like the okay matchup.
I guess so, yeah.
But the last end tonight is going to favor OD. Or maybe you put Lone Druid mid. Like, what is the response here from IG?
Lone Druid's okay. The important things to point out is that LGD Gaming ended up banning a Timber Saw, which I personally think, I'm sad to say, is a little too overpowered at 6. I've personally gotten into the hero. I think he's really strong at 6. He's pretty darn good at laning. People have figured out the hero pretty well. So LGD.int decides to ban him. They don't want to deal with that hero matchup, and I completely understand why. So the hero that's been banned a lot first round that slips through is OD. Now, he does get played some games, but basically the ultimate story is there's not a lot of heroes that can outlane him. Dendi was doing it with Shadow Fiend. One game he had a lot of trouble. The other game he had not much trouble.
He had a lot of help too in that particular game.
Yes, that's true. But Lone Druid's another good hero against him though.
Yeah, I mean, one big weakness of drafting, I see a lot of teams of like trapping themselves. It's like, okay, yeah, we have OD. We're gonna be winning this lane 1v1 no matter what. So they generally don't pick too many ganks to help the OD. And sometimes your lane don't go as expected. Sometimes your OD needs a little bit of help in the mid lane, and you don't get that gank. Now, obviously, in this particular game, Chen plus one other range stunner could give you that ganking combo. But at the same time, I think Invictus Gaming is going to be the team that's going to be calling the shots. They have the early game powerhouses. Lone Druid, no matter where he is over the map, he's going to be pressuring our towers and farming, and pressuring whoever he's farming against. Obviously, Lifestealer, depending on what lane he could be in, are we going to see our Arrow Lifestealer who just farms away for the first 15 minutes and then show up and have huge impact? Or we have a Lifestealer that goes offensive trolling and start the party right from the get-go. We'll see how IG decides to go for it. And there you go, LG Gaming in, picks up Vengeful Spirit. Their success rate with Vengeful Spirit in the past has been quite high. It's a hero that ganks well early, gives you powerful mid-game initiation in the swap, and late-game-wise with the aura and minus armor, not too bad.
To be honest, that's kind of the support hero I wish they grabbed last game. Not just because her new animation is super sexy if you have the right immortal item, but also because it's a ranged disable. You're a ranged hero. Surely that would have been better than Sand King. See, Sand King isn't very good if he never reaches level 6, so Vengeful Spirit obviously better hero, right? Plus the minus armor is very good against Lone Druid. Lone Druid naturally very armor tanky. You boost the damage output of yourself and your allies. That's going to stack with Chen as well, so aura stack there. Did they draft Beastmaster as well?
No, they didn't.
No, they should though.
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to say.
You know what we're going to see? In this game, we're seeing a push strat again. If they pick up Tree here, I'm going to lose it.
You think LGD.int is going to grab Tree?
Yeah, that's a push strat they did. They did Lone Druid, Tinker, Tree. And it was a marching machine.
Oh, okay.
It was the bear with the living armor in front, and it's like, you cannot stop that push.
Lifestealer's going to be hard to kill, Lone Druid's going to be hard to kill, and Tinker is just going to create
And they have living armor and everything, and then now you have marches.
One thing at a time, but
yeah.
I mean, make it sound OP or something. You think Treant's good?
Treant's pretty good.
He hasn't been banned that much this game, or this today, except for like against Quantic, some of the teams that were argued to maybe rely on it too much.
But I think LGD.int needs to go for the mass Blame L strat.
They could?
Yeah.
Who did that first? I can't remember.
I think I've seen that in a pub game or something like that.
No, it was a pro game. I was casting
well,
it.
You were calling it.
Aura strat, baby.
Turn to pick.
All right, this OD doesn't even need items. Like, just level 1 take tower. I don't care if there's creeps there. You guys got it. They're gonna have aura from Beastmaster for attack speed. They're gonna have damage bonus from Vengeful Spirit. They're gonna have any Chen creeps, which could be a Centaur. That's 15% attack speed. This could be an Elf Wolf. That's an extra 30% attack speed. This could even be like a Wildkin. It doesn't matter. You're gonna be so strong. Well, incrementally stronger, but I mean, you can turn this into a really strong push in the mid game. It's going to get completely shut down by Tinker March and the Machines, but damn, it looks great on paper.
Well, Treant Protector, no surprise from anybody here as they pick it up. So you know what completes a pushing Aura strat?
Enchantress?
Mother effing Luna.
I like that.
Or Shadow Fiend.
Except they have a lot of melees, but...
No, Luna gives it to everybody. Dro gives it to... No,
yeah,
Dro...
I mean, I understand. Yeah, it gives the damage to melees, but, I mean, you got to be in melee range to punch stuff. And that can sometimes not happen.
No, you walk up there and be like, I'll punch you.
The buildings?
Yeah.
By the power of the moon, I can punch rocks harder.
That's pretty much it. But I think pushing strat, that looks nice on paper. But
what if LGD.int takes it first?
No, nobody's gonna.
Yeah, right, dude. They're going auras all the way. You think they're just gonna give up on aura strat?
IG is like, holy shit.
They're scared of the Roshan.
Dude. Well, they're on Dire. No, they are on Radiant.
No, they're on Dire.
Yeah, they
Dire.
are scared of the Roshan.
Yeah.
Damn.
Could they do it with the Luna? They could.
They could
do it with pretty much any hero.
Luna. In fact, like, they could just level 1 TP for this. Holy trap.
Holy trap, man.
Holy trap. It's a trap. What do you do against this? Like,
you guys don't spam holy trap in chat. I'm going to be so mad at you guys.
How are they going to stop this? You can't TP the check, right? Now we're going to see a storm pickup, which I guess that's okay. They need something that finds a Treant or find the Tinker and kill them.
Yeah, it's all about the Tinker kill, basically, because they know that if they kill the Tinker, that's going to allow them to push. It's going to allow them to gank. That's the hero that they need to have a counter towards. And if they don't have a hero like Storm Spirit or like a Nature's Prophet or something kind of global, then they'll never be able to kill him. Mm-hmm. And then the push will continue forever.
I mean, right now, you're talking about OGD.int pushing, but we see Tinker March and Machine as a big way to stop it. So that's why the Storm pick is to deal with the Tinker. But my question is, if IG starts rolling and IG starts pushing, what is going to stop them?
Items? I don't know. Their team composition looks really bad to me. Like, I understand that there's a strat and that it's going to work, but, like, imagine if they get massively outlaned or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Like, I don't like. Look, their heroes all need items. Like, they can do awesome things without it, but I just look at their hero composition. I see all these weird things, like very little reliable stun, right?
They had no stun in that team against RS.
Too many weird animal creature things. Like,
hey, let me ask you a question.
Holes. Yes.
Do towers run?
Towers do not run because they're
American.
That's
That's why they don't need stuns.
Okay.
All right, so no level 1 TP strat, but they are buying our item very quickly. Brax is just like gunning for the Roshan pit, but
yeah, he did this last game as well. That he played Beastmaster. He just ran straight to the bot lane.
Oh, he's cutting trees.
He's gonna do the old goodbye forest. Treant Protector is gonna feel a disturbance in the forest as approximately 30 voices cry out in terror and then are suddenly silenced.
Okay.
It was a Star Wars joke. Have you seen Star Wars?
Nope.
God damn it.
I am uncultured.
You're the worst co-caster to make that joke with.
Yeah.
That was a perfectly legitimate Star Wars joke. God, I'm disappointed.
It's okay. Everybody else, the 40,000 people on stream got it. Maybe.
I freaking hope so.
Yeah.
So those trees are dead. Pycat looks like he's going to be doing a safe lane Storm Spirit. This will be pretty good for pushing, actually, because with Static Remnant as well as Overload, you can do a lot of creep damage. So, kind of cool. And if he ever runs out of mana, you can just send him back and TP him back in the lane.
So yeah, IG's laning exactly the same way they did it last time. They put Lone Druid on the long lane, Raise Your Cauldrons here for his immortal items. What they did basically is get yourself a 6 or 7 minutes boost of travel on the Tinker. And then you have Living Armor basically tying everything together in the early game, making sure people are not dying too much, protecting their early game tower if that's necessary, but you just prioritize on Ferrari hitting that bots. And once they hit the bots, the push just goes.
And that's what happened the last time too.
Yep.
It was really scary because it's like, oh, we're gonna take a Tier 1 tower. Wait, why is there Martian machines here? Well, I guess we lost our opportunity, guys. We haven't gone over the players yet, by the way, so let's go over IG quick. We've got Faith playing the Bane on the top lane. Zhou is gonna be playing the Lone Druid. Mid lane is gonna be YYF on the Lifestealer, one of his signature heroes. Chuan is gonna be playing Treant Protector, so a lot of pressing V and left clicking for him. And then Ferrari 430 on the Tinker.
Yep. Meanwhile, on the opposite side, we have CG on the mid lane here playing an World Destroyer. The Bear is pulling some creeps in the river. Misery is going to be playing the Vengeful Spirit. Of course, 1437 on that Chen. Up on the top lane here is going to be Storm Spirit being handled by Pycat. So we do see some teams playing that one row Storm. And to be completely honest, once you get some quick level 6s, you get some quick items, he can be a very, very powerful hero. And last but not least, we're going to see Beastmaster doing some pulling by himself. He's pulling, he's cool, but what he's not doing is slowing Tinker from farming.
Well, this is pretty standard. We'll most likely see a support shift over here, Faith, and drop a sentry down. We'll stop him from doing that. Zhou is, of course, pulling the creep wave past with his Lone Druid. This guarantees that he gets some EXP, but most importantly, puts the creep equilibrium in a place where he can actually get last hits without worrying from dying.
Yep. We said Ferrari's trying his best to not get the creep wave under the tower so he could get the best last hit. Don't want to tank it too much, and now he goes back in. Hopefully he gets every single last hit because BOT timing, very, very important for him.
So we talked about the Lifestealer OD matchup. We said it's not very good for the Lifestealer. Let's take a look at this, see how the last hits are going so far. It's going to be 3 and 4 on the OD and 2 and 2 right now on the Lifestealer.
And it only gets worse right here for YYF. Is that fair to say? When OD just spam more orbs. I mean, I don't think Lifestealer cares about his mana too much, but it's just more damage going towards G's way. But Living Armor, though, does that turn the tide a little bit?
Well, he's never going to have open wounds mana, or if he does, he'll have maximum like 1 spell. So I think it's still going to hurt him a lot.
Oh,
I mean,
no spells now.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to cast open wounds, so even if he can stay at full HP, G can just easily orb walk him or just back up and kite him. Once he grabs boots especially, it's just, like, sure, he can trade hits effectively, but that's about it. Brax is going to have to pull the creep wave past now, and he will do that with the axes. He's got to be careful, but luckily for him, no disables. That's what I'm talking about, man.
Man, don't need disable. Martian Machine.
Beastmaster has feet, so.
Beastmaster does have feet. He has 2 of them.
They're hoping. Ooh, the creeps do go back to the tower, so.
Dang. Well, your access now, he says.
It's okay. The tower only took like 60 damage. It's fine. So a little gank on the mid lane actually on YYF here. He's completely out of mana. There's a wave of terror. Stun comes through. Will they be able to grab him? It's going to be so close. The right clicks. He just got living armor. Wow.
That was slow. That was late. Chuan, my friend.
The rage. I can just see the rage, guys. So that's a hero that normally isn't gankable mid because he can rage. And that we didn't even talk about that. We just said, oh, no open wounds. No big deal. But the important part was he did get rage off, but in the future, it's going to cost him a lot of mana.
I'm not sure whether Chuan did not notice or whether YYF did not communicate to him or was it on cooldown. I'm expecting it to be on cooldown because generally Chuan is very good at casting on time. But that's a big kill on the mid lane here. OD will further dominate this lane. YYF generally just go in the early game phase without even having a single death. And this is a big deal for him.
Well, Ferrari's picking up a lot of CS, sitting at 19 and 1 right now. 900 gold for him. He's almost out of regen, though. He's got to pop a salve pretty soon here. And Brax is at level 3, so not horrible for him. 2 stacks on the Ancient Camp, but I'm sure he'll axe that again. There's actually no move to put a sentry there either, so looking pretty good. And a gank here on Joe on the top lane. His Cauldron is dead. Pycat even burning a Vortex here, but 2 levels of Remnant is going to allow him to push pretty fast here. So that was a little bit of a swing around. Looked like smoked heroes on Chen as well as the Venge. So.
Yeah, the big difference in this game and the similar executive strategy IG against Rattlesnake is that IG never lost any hero early game. Maybe they lost like 1 or 2, but it was a lot harder for Rattlesnake to find any kills. And right now, LGD in 4 minutes in, finding the same amount of kills that they found last game. So I think LGD off to a beautiful start. But again, this is a calm before the storm for 430's Breach of Travel.
Yeah, and most importantly, right in the mid lane, G picks up a regen rune, which is really annoying for a Lifestealer. This might be why he went straight to the small camp, because he says, okay, I need some time to regen some mana up, let those banishes go away, and most importantly, he would just be able to spam this endlessly on me, which would give him way too much damage and way too much lane control. So he's just going to leave. This is similar to what Dendi did. He said, okay, mid sucks, let's go into the jungle.
Yeah, and you're not going to lose too much anyways, because you know OD is going to basically have free lane control just by the virtue of his hero. Chuan hit in level 4. He really wants to be 5. That's where his hero starts to be starting to be on the OP levels. But back on the top, here comes a little bit of backstaff, and Chuan, please be watching.
Level 4 on Vengeful Spirit now. Zhou only has 600 HP though.
Zhou needs to have some really good bear micro.
The jukes are coming. There's the Wave of Terror. They spotted him, but Misery's looking for... okay, there's the TP actually from Faith. Maybe they'll kill Faith instead. There's the Entangle.
Nicely defended here. And 1437 now runs to the right side. I don't think we're going to see a rotation from YYF or anything, but that's the plays that IG was making against Rattlesnake. Yeah. They don't give up those kills easily. They don't give it for free. And now back on the bot lane, 1500 go on 430. He should have Breach of Travel in about 2 minutes of free farm.
It was a really nice decision making from both teams on the top lane though. Zhou went for the tower juke, And then the TP in from Bane to Brain Sap. The one creep tanking the tower. Pycat couldn't really dive on that one. He just picked up 6 now. So
back on the bot lane, they're making a dive with Treant Protector. I mean, that's not going to work. So they'll back off.
He actually does put 2 levels into Leech Seed, which is going to cost him having Nature's Guys in the future. So he won't be able to get the jump on anyone, but the extra heal is not that bad.
Yeah. The slow, you know.
Who's going to get the rune? 8, 9, and Brax will.
Oh,
it's a waste. And guess who's going to get a kill? Nobody. All right, maybe. He's just going to TP.
Forces a TP from Brax here. That's not too bad.
That was pretty close.
Yeah, they're lucky that Bane didn't have Brain Sap mana. That would have been a kill if he did have it.
Yeah, that's a good point. He did go top lane earlier, so it's not bad, though. Kind of wastes some of their time.
Although we are going to see a kill attempt. Zoe buys himself a teleport scroll and a boots, but here comes...
Is he 6? He's very close.
He's not 6 yet.
Very, very close to this.
I mean,
bear
the big deal,
can entangle.
The big deal right now is that Bear is just got summoned, so that if he dies right now, like, he's going to be without Bear for a minute. Here comes, the living armor's got to get casted. Here comes kind of a nice juke spot. The entangle comes up top. Where's the living armor? Where is it?
It doesn't matter. He was so dead, honestly.
I mean, you delay it. You don't know if you're going to get entangled or not, right? But living armor just got cast on the mid lane, perhaps?
See, does anybody have it? It was. He's full HP. Ugh. Hey, who knows? Who knows?
Well, here's a rotation that we saw IG made the other day, or the other game against Rattlesnake. Once Butcher Travel is up on Tinker, he just goes to the every lane he wants to, and you give the safe lane farm to Zoe. But Zoe not making that rotation to the bot lane just yet. They're saying, hey man, let's give Faith some mana, give him 6. I really think you need to start. Yeah, there you go. He makes that TP a little bit awkwardly, on that tier 3 tower. But now he's going to have some very, very well protected farm.
Yeah, this is the same thing that they did the other game where they had both Tinker and Lone Druid. They said, even though Lone Druid's having a tough time, as soon as he finally dies again, he'll go to the bot lane and get some free farm, especially because he has no bear. He can't go to a safe swing. And then Ferrari can just hop around the map and try to grab EXP and gold wherever he can, because it's a lot safer for him.
So we do have a kind of a bait attempt on the top lane. They're waiting to say, hey man, Tinker, I know you're TPing and defend that tower. When you do, we're going to backstab. Meanwhile, though, LGD is going to be perhaps backstabbing on the mid lane instead. These two supports are just very...
It's such a good ganking combo. I mean, a ranged stun to set up any creep that you have, plus the wave of terror for all of the physical damage that are coming out of the creeps, and they all get like +6 damage from the Vengeance Aura. The top tower goes down. I mean, they're really planning ahead here.
Yeah, but I mean, IG says, you know what? We're not going to make those kind of risky defenses. We're going to just go for tower trades. You push it a little bit quicker, but we have to just deal with that. There is, when you make that rotation to defend your tower, that's what happens. Magic Missile for the kill. And now tier 2, it's going to be in big trouble.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see that gank happen. I suck. So, they're trading tier 2s at least. Tier 2 goes down for LGD. Are they going to continue this?
No, they can't. Like, Marching Machine is going to slow this one down. They got to just go back and start defending.
Yeah, as soon as they see the march, they'll give up immediately, that's for sure. The tier 2 on the bot lane is actually still surviving a bit.
Beastmaster. Or no, that's a Stormster making a TP in, but Nightmare should actually be able to just zone him out. They don't even need it, and there you go. The last hit goes to Zoe, and they will back off. I mean, both team trading for tier 2s there. I think he actually favors IG a little bit. Zoe had a tough time up top, so he needs that goal. YYF had a tough time against OD mid, so that tower trade, I think, favor IG. And of course, they're going to just go back and roll a couple more towers as well, I think.
It's very surprising to see a mid-life stealer with 2 deaths. He just got his phase boots with the circlet. I mean, even Misery's going to come up and be annoying. Throws a stun at him, wave of terrors, sapping EXP. This is really aggressive by Misery, but I mean, it is going to put some scared.
I mean, who's going to prevent Misery from making that play, right? There is no stuns.
Well, he could open wounds him and take out half of his HP, but...
I guess so, but he's not really going to get the kill. I mean, Vengeful Spirit does have 7 armor with treads up. Like, she's actually...
Wow, she has treads. I love treads Venge. It's so good.
Well, are they going to actually go for a kill swap? And where's the net?
There's the net.
Oh, he popped the rage. And nice infest back in, a TP in from the Tinker. And now Misery's on the run. Can they get the open wound? They do get it off. And the power of a BOT Tinker, the Rocket Shea, able to seal the deal. Hand of God, nicely played. Using Hand of God to save a support. But to be honest, if you prevent a kill going from a lifestealer, that's not too bad.
So Misery gets sent back. It was an option. They tried to make it work on YYF. Didn't happen. And he also gets a creep out of it. But that's one of the bad things about having a Chen versus a lifestealer is that
OD.
What you bring with is going to help get you a kill. He might just ulti this. There's a banish. He'll probably just drop the ulti, I'm guessing, with a couple orbs. Maybe has to worry about the Rage a couple times first. He actually doesn't have mana for it, so he's got to hit a few more times. Going right through that Living Armor does so much damage, doesn't matter. The Force Staff comes through. He's surviving a lot. There's the ulti, 450 damage.
Dang.
And that is a great hero to have against Strength and or Agi carries.
I mean, I was going to say OD is not one of G's heroes because he plays very aggressive heroes. The swap goes on a bear and is stunned again, so that was cutesy plays, but I'm not sure whether that's the play that you want to make. But here comes, without the ODO, that's all of their ultimates being, big AoE ultimates being gone. They're going to just go for the push. The Tornado is going to slow down this push a little bit, but all they got to do is send a bear on top, and there you go. Force that Wild Game back.
Yeah, this is actually Misery's bottle that's sitting on him here. He's trying to get a lot of ganks off. It's kind of fun so far. He does have strength treads if needed. He could get a stun on Ferrari right now. Nope, not going to go for it. Do they actually see this? I don't believe they do. If we take a look at the Radiant Vision, they don't know that Misery is walking around on this. And he is completely focusing on ganking here.
Yeah.
I don't know if wards are being purchased by 1437, but he's only got 1,000 gold at this point despite 1 kill and 2 assists. So I think they're just focusing on maybe 1437 playing more of a 5 role and Misery doing more ganking.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually quite effective, right? You talked about him kind of setting up ganks up top. Didn't die there to the counter gank of the Tinker. He's grabbing pretty much every single rune. You don't want OD to be leaving the lane right now. I'm surprised that OD just didn't pass the bottle to Misery. They could have done that as well, but it's okay. They're going to hang back on the mid lane right now. One thing that you have to be very careful about is that the aura strategy is pretty much online. I mean, there's only one aura on Vengeful Spirit. There's only 2 on Beastmaster, but you only really need the first couple of points to be effective. And look at what G's doing. He's hunting. Like, this is like a Templar Assassin playstyle. This is not... Uh-oh.
He's a good hero to have against Lone Druid because all that bonus armor doesn't do a whole lot. He's going to do some Remnant right clicks. He's going to go straight through the bear. 300 gold on G. They don't even care if they miss the gank now. That was so much gold. I mean, he let Pycat kill the Lone Druid for 263, and he killed the bear himself for 300. That's 560 gold for ganking one hero. That's like having a bounty hunter on your team.
And we're going to have a 12-minute, 30-second Orchids up. Look at these aggressive wards. There's one behind a tier 1 tower. They're going to be starting to focus that tier 1 mid. There's a tower. There's a ward over here as well. There's nowhere there's actually safe here for IG to go to. And again, when you don't pick up stuns, when they go on you like that, what are you going to do?
Yeah, and their offlane hero even doesn't have any items other than boots. Sitting on 1,300 gold, of course, but he's now level 6, and he's useful. Roar and Axes gives him a chance to burst down some core heroes. So
yeah, and suddenly the score is 0-6 in favor of LGD International. If you look at the goal, about 4,000 gold lead for them, and about 4,000 experience lead. LGD putting the champs on rope.
Didn't you say 2-0? Oh, man, goes in on Ferrari. He's ready for it. Orchid as well. So much damage, and Tinker's going to get picked off very easily. That's going to keep happening for the rest of the game. He doesn't have his Force Staff yet. He is close, but what he really needs is a Blink Dagger to avoid this.
I mean, I think when the Storm zips on you, it doesn't matter what you have. As long as he has enough mana, you're pretty much dead. Pycat gets sent back to the base, which will probably TP up top or maybe mid to defend that tower. They are going for basically a tower trade. Again, IG getting these tower trade right now is going to benefit them a little bit if they do get off, but not even because they have to back off. Meanwhile, Misery as well as Brax, they are just playing so aggressive, looking for kills everywhere they go.
And they did take the bot tower. Chen getting the last hit, so a bunch of gold for him. He should be able to finish up his mech in about 200 gold. And they actually already pinged Roshan. They're ready to start it. Maybe another level of aura for Misery here, and then should die pretty fast.
I mean, I like what IG's thinking about. They're saying, you know, when we get behind, let's get a smoke gang kill, and then make sure for some tower pushes. That's a good idea when you have heroes that could stun and initiate. The best initiator right now is Spain, which it's not bad, but I really don't think he could actually get up close to Storm. And I hope this thing doesn't get gripped. It's illusion.
They'll realize.
Right. It won't cancel the smoke, so they know it's fake.
You don't win TI2 and get fooled by a trick like that, okay, guys?
Well,
except sometimes, maybe. But OD picks up an ultimate orb, so he's going to be going cheap stick next. The right click continues here. Pycat is going to purchase something soon at 600 gold. He's only got 800 HP. He will definitely grab the Aegis. Absolutely worthwhile. Most importantly, he can burn all of his mana going all out on a kill, and then he'll respawn with full mana. The mana being more important than his life, in my opinion. So
yeah, it really is. I mean, your mana is your life, I think, a lot of times. The only time a Stormshare really dies is when he is out of mana. But right now, LGD is just stomping IG, perhaps even harder than that last game. They're just rolling over every single tower they want to have. IG is making the best of it. They're going for tower trades, but our solo mid YYF Lifestealer has nothing. He has Bracer and Phase. Our Zoe that went on the top lane, He's got nothing. He's got boots upgraded on his bear and on himself, but that's it. So the only person that has any kind of real gold is Tinker, but it's only a 4-staff. So they gotta make some really big comeback to make this game a game.
Maybe if they could Bane sleep somebody and set up a march or something like that, and then hopefully Fiends grip some core heroes. I don't. It's gonna be so tough. There's a lot of range disables from LGD.int. They can swap the Bane. They can throw a stun. They can banish whoever's getting gripped. They can roar the Bane. It's just, if you look at the heroes for LGD.int, they just look so much stronger. This is what I was talking about, I think.
Yeah, you think? I mean, having the massive auras, having the push strat to really allow you to knock down towers, and to be honest, they have great team fight with a single target lockdown, Beastmaster, the Vengeful Spear, more importantly, the Storm Spirit back in the mid lane here. That is a free kill. He sees Faith right next to a tree. He doesn't care. Pycat has the Aegis, and he's just playing with these guys. The Aegis comes back out, and IG just have to run. In fact, Chuan is Chuan could be dead if Storm wants to make that zip. He doesn't. He thinks better of it.
So I guess they're going to change it up to a mid push now. That's the last tower. That's outside of the base. 1600 HP. The Roshan is long gone, of course. That did burn them an Aegis, but Pycat now sitting at 1800 gold. Do you think it's going to be a BKB at this choice? He's maybe going to purchase. Possible point booster will be the Bloodstone. Who's going to be possible Lincolns. He's got a Perseverance for now, so guess he likes 800 HP. And he's predicting the TP to the top lane from the Tinker.
He is correct on making that prediction, but IG smoked up supports. Are they making a
smart
Breach of Travel bait?
Oh, they are. It's going to happen. He's going to ball right in. The Fiend's Grip will come immediately. Just waiting on the Tinker to make the choice.
Well, they're waiting for him to jump mid first. But no jump is happening. In fact, the jump's going to happen on the bot lane here. Zoe in huge trouble. There's no living armor. Just said there's a living armor. And actually, the root goes on Misery. Misery very tanky thanks to his armor, though. Here, Hand of God, the send back. They cannot going to kill the Misery. Misery is going to die to the last tick of that root damage. Nicely played. Back in the mid lane. Do we have the Storm jump? Storm jumps back in. He finds the person that locks him down, which is the Bane Elemental. Picks him off.
And, oh, that was Beastmaster getting the kill on Druid. Okay. Misery probably stayed a little bit too long there. I mean, all it needed is one more entangle for him to die, and he got a little unlucky.
Well, IG at least puts himself on the board. 1 kill.
1 kill on the 5 support who's literally only roaming. He does have his medallion picked up. Great Venge item. So now he can stack his Wave of Terror and his medallion to try to focus down those tanky heroes like Lifestealer or Lone Druid.
Yeah, no questions asked. IG is so far behind right now, but if there's one team and one matchup that you think the team could be behind and make a comeback, I think it's this matchup. Because IG, of course, the defending champion, you don't count them out. And more importantly, games that goes late are not really how LG win games, right? So they generally like to snowball and go for a quick victory. But sometimes late game, they make a couple of key mistakes, and IG is going to try their best to force out a couple of mistakes. Because, boy, you could be sure that they want to end today's game in a 4-2 score instead of a 3-3.
Oh god, I thought this was an armlet. I was like, what is happening? It's not worth getting that anymore, unfortunately. So Misery, again, look at this guy. He's like, oh, I'm going to solo gank with the Storm. So here's the ball coming forward. They're going on the bear. They just honestly want to kill the bear for 300 gold.
Goes on a range creep.
For fun. Pycat doesn't know. He doesn't care. There's the swap again, and they're going to go for it. 300 gold goes to Misery, the support hero. And what's the cooldown on this? 68 seconds, where Lone Druid is more or less useless.
Yeah, ganking the bear actually gives you more gold. Obviously,
that's crazy.
Like, you don't make him lose gold, and he's going to keep on farming, but, like, you know.
That is a good point, actually. It will reduce his farming speed. I mean, he'll be fine if he's just auto-attacking creep waves, but if he's jungling or something, it not only limits their teamfight potential, but even more important than that 50 seconds is when he resummons it the next time, that makes a big timing window where if IG loses a team fight, or if they have a normal fight and they kill the bear again, it's going to be on cooldown for a big time.
Yeah, I think right now what IG is trying to do is very smart. You bait the Tinker to set up a couple of ganks, and Ferrari is very near. G is, by the way, farming in jungle. Oh man, if they
He's got a sheep stick already. Will he react in time? Here's there's the Fiend's grip. He's going on him. G's in so much trouble. Most likely gonna die. He could force that to the low ground, but the missile's gonna hit and the infest. Yeah. Man, that disable. 5 seconds. Pretty good, guys.
I mean, it took him so long. It took him the full duration of the grip to almost barely kill him, right? We were talking back in the bot lane, though. Meanwhile, that's happening. Zoe in huge trouble. Living armor already went out. That doesn't happen. Of course, Tinker canceled his TP, and that should be it. But they are going to get a tier 1 tower, or hold that thought, because here comes a Storm Spirit. He focused right on Faith. Faith is going to get focused down. Beastmaster over 4 to kill. Maybe a little bit over commitment. Chuan trying to self-living armor. They are going to get a kill on Storm, and now YYF is going ham against Brax. There's a buyback, but does he have a teleport scroll? That's a question. He's out of gold. His teammate hands him one. Hand of God and a TPL attempt from YYF. Is he going to make it back home? He is. And the buyback from Storm, the hand of TP from his allies, nothing happens.
Really close there. Kind of a big loss for LGD.int.
A bot though.
I mean, okay, they're doing some damage to the towers. The TP coming in from Bane. Actually, Misery staying really long. There's a stun immediately on Faith. Wave of Terror in a moment. He's going to get sent back, and 1437 is going to die for this one. Pops the mech as well. I'm pretty sure he'll die. Will he go high ground TP? He will. I don't know if he'll make it, though. Brain Sap Nightmare is going to set him up, and he does get killed.
That was so smart from YYF. He opened Moon's Avenge and immediately switched target to the Chen. Because what is Chen going to do, right? Chen says, oh my goodness, my Avenge getting initiated on. Let's send him back and run. And YYF already predicted that and just went straight on Chen. Really good focus fire here from IG. And they're kind of going back to what I say. They are the team that will force that comeback, whether you like it or not. And against LG, a team that sometimes struggle in the late game.
Well,
Perhaps they're doing it.
It is a bit of sloppy play, though. I mean, this isn't the first time that LGD.int has done like a 3-position Venge, despite supposed to be in a 4, but I mean, they're doing good things with it. That was a split push with a Chen Venge, for God's sake. Like, they're waiting for the Venge to get initiated on, he gets sent back, and Chen runs for his life, ideally. Didn't quite work out, but...
Sometimes you say, man, our Storm just made this play up top. Probably didn't get, it wasn't worth the buyback. Let's make something out of it, let's get some damage on the tier 3. So maybe overstay their welcome a little bit. If they got that push and got out safely, we say, man, that's a good play here from LGD. They got some extra damage on that tower. But looks like we're going to have a little bit of D-ward action. Gem gets picked up here on the Beastmaster. By the way, he's working for some ag, so that's some more long-range lockdown. Good against the Bear, good against Lifestealer, and hell, if you could shut down Ferrari, that's a good pickup as well. So LG right now.
He actually opted not to get a Blink Dagger, by the way. So that means that ganking him is going to be fairly easy compared to a typical Tinker. So got to keep that in mind as well. Force Staff alone is not going to be enough to evade heroes like Beastmaster. Especially Beastmaster. It's something we never pointed out, but the Hawk is really good for finding him in the trees.
Yeah. Yeah, that's an issue. There's just way too many things that IG have to deal with, but they're going to protect their towers. They're going to protect their base. Up top, though, Stormster finds 430. The living armor needs to happen right now. There is no armor being given by anywhere. Chuan, I'm looking at you. Chuan has a Hanamitis. This is the comeback Hanamitis. What is this game?
What?
I mean, he needs experience. The swap goes on the bottom here. And YYF, nice invest back into the Bear. Zoe gonna get Hex. They need the living armor on him. He's also dead. YYF will survive. Faith will not. And now YYF in huge trouble. There's a Hanamitis to kill one of the creeps here from the Chen. He rage. He's running, trying to TP out. He will not against the aura base strat of LGD.int. IG is on the ropes right now.
Desperation buybacks, 3 of them. That is some important heroes. Lone Druid and YYF, the Lifestealer, purchasing back just as Ferrari comes up. They're not ready to get racked, so they'll back up. By the way, remember this tower that almost died? It's almost full HP.
Yeah, living armor is pretty good. And this is the first time I've seen like a 22-minute Hanamitis.
It's the Lumi strat, man. Support. Get a Midas. Then every time you Midas, you buy wards.
When I say you get Midas on supports, I mean it on heroes like Vengeful Spirit. Or maybe insert another support hero that's very level dependent on level 16. I think the reason he's getting it here is against Chen creeps. Because when the Chen creep sends 3 centaurs up in your tower, you don't really have good ways to deal with it, aside from Midasing it, so...
Is it worth 1900, though? You could get a Helm of the Dominator and just steal them every 60 seconds. That's lower cooldown.
The thing is,
you don't get gold, but...
It's for the same amount of gold, but you also gain gold and experience otherwise, right?
Yeah, I suppose.
He could be using his Hanamitis, and he is using his Hanamitis. And who knows? Maybe Chuan is going to be our 1-row carry somewhere down the road.
This could be a 95-minute game, and eventually everyone will be 6-slotted. Therefore, eventually Chuan would be as well. It'll be perfect. They'll all be on even ground. Totally normal game.
Yeah. No, this is completely legit. IG roaming as a team, going to the Ancient Stacks. I mean, this is sad when you farm the Ancient Stack as a team, which
it's not a good sign. They're going to shoot a rocket, actually, toward the mid lane. Misery will eat that one and be like, okay, I guess there's some heroes next to me. He's actually going for a Sanj and Yasha. Picks up Abandoned Elven Skin for 6 and a Sanj immediately. He's good HP. It does some damage as well. And the SNY, he could also divert that. I mean, this could hypothetically be a Halberd, but considering he already has the band, I'm assuming it'll be SNY. But I think a Halberd is arguably better than a Sanj and Yasha. It's not like he's not really aiming for the maim. It would be nice to be able to disarm the Bear as well as the Lifestealer.
Yeah, I personally like Heaven's Halberd a little bit more as well, but she's definitely moving more to the DPS Venge build. I do want to say, as we're kind of slowly creeping into the mid to late game, is that Aura strats are pretty nice and cute for those early game points of damage, but Aura strats also peak out quite a bit. Once you hit about the 40-minute mark, they're pretty much done. A gank up top, you're not going to ever get that gank unless Pycat is falling asleep. It is currently 9:30, so we're getting a little bit late, but Pycat says, I'm a gamer. Well, Zoe gets picked up.
Lone Druid dying again on the bot lane. Did they get 300 gold? Who knows, but that's a dead hero regardless. And is he on cooldown?
Right now.
He's not on cooldown though, so you can
though.
resummon.
Beastmaster drops a YY off, does one more kill, and a
my
YYF.
gosh.
Oh no, he can't even TP just about. He fests back into the board, and here comes some TP from the Tinker. They are going to get a return kill against Brax. Impressive play, and because he's a Tinker, he could be right back in defending bot lane. And you can see LGD is just making a roar up the push, but every time they go up this hill, they're like, why is this goddamn tower full HP? Living armor, guys. Living armor.
Oh, really no Halberd on Venge. That's probably because Venge never gets played mainly. I've seen Halberd on CM
This
and
tower
stuff,
cannot die. They got a glyph for this. Where's the living armor? There's the rocket to come. There's a Bane TPing in. What is this play?
He's trying to go for the Nightmare or something. Faith way dead there. Completely going crazy. He didn't even have Fiend's Grip. I don't know. That was very weird. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not sure what's going on.
But that was an exclamation point. The trees are in the way,
fine,
but
fine.
definitely confusion going on here. So Chen's at 1900 gold. Looks like they're going to back off, take Roshan. A couple TPs coming. Pycat, has he farmed anything else? He's still on very low HP, but an item on the way, and it will be a Lincoln Sphere. So very limited disables on IG means that the few that they have are less likely to work out.
Yeah.
This can also block like Overgrowth, can block Open Wounds, but more importantly, either Nightmare or Fiend's Grip.
Well, there is an Aegis. It's going to go to G most likely. There you go.
Yep.
He's going to have a Shiva Scar on the next push whenever he wants that one. And Zoe right now, you can see that he's just trying his best to get some farm, but it's like the 6th or 7th time that Zoe goes alone by himself, farms, and dies, right? And I think it's going to happen again. Because Pycat is right here.
He's got extra mana here with his Lincoln Sphere. He also has an Invis Rune. He's actually checking to see if the enemy team is behind him. He doesn't really feel safe about it. And he also has to be careful because he knows that the enemy team stole his gem.
Well, Ventress,
Might see a
Misery's
swap.
looking for a swap, and Faith is dead.
Maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my
Yeah, he's
god.
dead.
Something to point out why that did so much damage. OD went the pure DPS OD build. He went Treads into Sheep Stick, and he got a 4-staff, and then he bought another Mystic Staff. So you're going to see his ulti do at least 50% of the damage of a hero. It's not going to be like a typical OD build with like Mechanism
BKB,
into a 4-staff
yeah,
BKB. This is the serious deal. His right clicks do 200 pure damage.
How serious
Plus
is
the
it?
regular damage.
Is he like really serious?
It's like 95th percentile serious
Okay.
because he's 4-1.
All right.
If he didn't die, he would be 100.
Well, the living armor, or not the living armor. Well, the combo of living armor and March.
Oh my god, it's full healed again? What the hell?
I know, right?
Look at this tower. This is not a fully healed tower. Like, does this look healthy to you? I can see through this thing. Like,
I mean, if
Who
this
built
is
this?
the
Fire
first
them.
ever game, you just tune in from Twitch TV and be like, oh, let's check out some of this Dota stuff. I assure you, this is not our normal standard gameplay.
ooh. Bear gank attempt. Quick fingers on Joe. Does get sent back. Bear is extremely slow based on the pig here, though. Go, little pig. Oh, that's where we got the Midas. Pig murdering, man. Oh, there it is. Heaven's Halberd. First ever. So I think it's going to be possible Manta plus Heaven's Halberd. It's kind of good for utility heroes like supports. This is a bear gank.
Beastmaster Roar goes on the
man.
bot lane. They kill the bear. They just gank the bear.
And the resummon. Definitely been a lot of bear deaths this game, that's for sure.
Well, I mean, LGD.int is not breaking base right now.
I don't think they really care, honestly. I mean, Pycat's not going to die solo. He's basically just solo farming. His entire team is unlikely to die because 1437 should be able to cover him. They have so many disables and swaps and things. Like, they're basically leading 2 lanes of farm because IG knows that if the 4 engage, people are going to die.
Yeah,
So-
the only reason, the only way that IG could win, and there goes the swap on the bear, resummon. I mean, these guys are just, somebody call PETA, because they are just hating on this bear. Look at the force that forward
my
against
God,
the
the
bear.
damage.
They have Aegis on G, so he doesn't care, although he might have to use it quite early. Beastmaster Roar goes on YYF, down to about half HP. He has to invest in a creep, but he just gets bursted down. He buys back, and the question is, can they do anything against this team? Marching Machine's going to drive him out a little bit. Now the focus goes on the tier 3 tower. I mean, they forced out a buyback, and they would just back off, reset, reload.
They were fine. I mean, they lost cooldowns and they lost the... Didn't even lose the Aegis, actually.
No,
They've
they
got 3
didn't,
minutes
yeah.
left. He's pretty low in HP, though. They really wanted to pick off the bear because they knew if they got that, that was going to be quite a bit of time with the bear gone. And they're really greedy for gold, mostly.
To be honest, I don't think Zoe actually does anything at this point, so.
Pikehead has some more items flying out. This one's going to be another ultimate orb, so most likely a sheep stick. Doesn't really need a bloodstone at this point. His mana regen is pretty solid. His HP is good enough. The enemy team is quite far behind. If we take a look at the graph, 20k. EXP and gold.
Yeah, as I was saying before, I really don't think IG could win this game unless LGD makes a series of mistakes. Because if you look at this gold graph, it's slowly creeping down. And even though IG is defending, and it is actually an endless wave of defense. If nobody makes a mistake, the tower is not going to suffer any consequential damage. Or even if it does, the living armor brings them back up. So it doesn't really matter. The thing that only matters the most is where this gold graph is going towards. And it's just creepingly just going down.
Did you say creepily?
I meant to say it's creeping downwards,
Okay.
but English hard.
Can be about creepy stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Going high ground isn't horrible. They're preparing the bear to get ganked. There's going to be a roar on Joe on the high ground, and they're going in. There's the Hex as well. Almost drops the ulti, but he actually gets entangled at just the right time. Stun on the bear now, and Pikehead even going in. They're not able to grab any kills except for the bear kill. One bear down. He can resummon, though.
Uh-oh, G, perhaps a little bit trouble. However, focusing on him, the Marching Machine still doing some work, but they traded the Aegis for a bear kill. Bear gets that resummon, like you said, and now LGD just can't break the base. They can't break the base.
He was so close to killing Joe, though, with his ulti. He's going to send him back. And I guess they're going to give up. Farm jungle camps for now. Everybody will restructure, come back to the lane.
And Tinker says, finally, I left the base.
Wow, look at him. He's really far out of it.
Is he going for Hex, or is he going for Lincolns?
It's got to be a Hex, right? Like, there's no way they'll win this game with the Lincolns on Tinker.
Well, we're going to find out now, because that IG courier is flying straight to the secret shop.
It's got to be a Hex.
We'll see. There's a Hex. So, Hex is... The reason I asked whether it's a Lincoln Sphere or whether it's Hex... Lincoln Sphere actually... Oh my god, the courier gets sniped!
Oh, damn!
That's 3 minutes.
Oh my gosh. That is really rough.
That's backbreaking. There's no buyback on a Tinker, so he can't get caught.
Holy crap.
There's no Hex.
That was his sheep, man.
Yep.
Ferrari doesn't even know what to do. He's like, well,
He's going to
quit.
do whatever he's been doing for the last 3 minutes. Or 15 minutes. I mean, our Treant Protector is getting some levels. That's all I'm saying.
What's he at? Level 11? Damn.
He's level 11.
He's got a Drum of Endurance, Medallion, Treads, Midas is the most farm support. Look at his stats. Like, Chuan cannot be blamed for this loss. That is for sure. 0, 0, and 2.
He's not living armoring
Treant.
the correct targets like 5 times. You could blame him for that.
Maybe.
But he's not dying.
He's definitely keeping his towers alive. That is for sure. Holy crap.
This is like... This is tough Dota.
It's painful Dota, man. But, man, LGD.int showing they can deal with the big guys.
Can they? They haven't won this game yet. I mean...
I just really... I don't know, man. I feel like... I don't know. 25,000 gold advantage is pretty good.
Nah, here we go. The bear is getting a Vlats. That's an item.
There was that moment when LGD took forever to beat DK.
Well,
and by took forever, I mean didn't do it, but looked like they would.
We will relive that moment for anybody that wants to relive that moment.
I fell asleep during that moment. I couldn't handle it. It was like 6 a.m. or something. I was like, I can't handle this. I'm going to bed.
Hey, man, this is the last game tonight. Let's go out with a bang. And, of course, this is a far cry from a bang, but, you know, Pikehead is slowly finding whatever he needs to find.
Reaver's picked up on OD, actually. Well, is this going to be a heart, I guess?
Yeah, he has trouble surviving in there, right?
Yeah. You cannot lifesteal with the Arcane Orb. It should be a buff placer and an orb, last I checked.
I think if you want to go for HP item, I personally like Acceptor. It just gives you more oomph on that ultimate. And to be honest, you really need that full heart.
Well, I like it for the fact that if their push goes high ground and it fails and you go back low ground, you don't have to wait.
So you play a
30 seconds
a
to
poor
go
man
full.
lifestealer. You go up the hill with a heart and hit the tower 2 times.
Yeah.
Are you gonna outdo a living armor?
Look at this ball. Again, they're like, kill the bear. Nothing else. I don't care. Kill it.
Living armor on the bear. The hex on him. Nightmare him. Faith, what are you doing? You get a nightmare that bear.
#1 priority, guys. Pandas.
Pandas. Dude, the entirety of China right now is crying. I'm dying inside because this panda bear is...
Ooh. And Joe purchasing a Vlad's. Not going for a major damage item. I feel like every time that I'm behind and I buy a Vlad's, we lose the game. Maybe it's because I was behind in the first place, but the 5 armor oftentimes I feel like isn't strong enough to make the difference.
Oh, the swap on the bear, and they will get the double bear kill.
Finally.
No force sap on it, and that's it. Beastmaster goes on YYF, and
oh my
oh
gosh.
no, he's in huge trouble. Does he have buyback? That's a question. He doesn't have the timer for it. He does have to go in about 10 seconds. Looks like we do have yet another pickoff. It is a meltdown right now, and this tower is...
There
no,
it is.
don't call the GG.
Your team just lost, Lumi. What is up? Oh, look at Chuan. He's running for his life. Wow, so LGD.int takes it. That's a 1-1. Is that what I said?
How did the Midas tree lose the game?
I don't know. He didn't.
I'm so confused.
Look at his stats. 0-0-2. Definitely not Chuan's fault. Flame your team, Chuan. Definitely wasn't you.
Oh my god. I'm done. I'm so sad right now.
It's okay about the Compendium, guys, because some other team won with more than 30k. Unless there was like a tally. I don't know if it's more than one or it's just one, but...
There has been at least 2 games today. Already won over 30k, so...
Okay. Well, pretty sick plays. LGD.int ends up taking it 1-1 against the defending champions. Definitely a solid win for them.
You know what IG just said? You know what?